You trying to be the cool bitch. The cool bitch never wins. The street bitch always wins. Going through different things is because bitches be trying to be too cute. Bitch, trying to be cute. Them niggas ain't your friend. That's your nigga and them is his friends. And I don't mind, talking about that pussy now and then. But y'all, this is not no freaky ass. One time I was fucking with a nigga that was in jail. Who the fuck you want to date? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to give me no short, angry ass nigga that wear no bob. I like to be a tall, big bitch. Well, every time you start thinking a nigga whenever they start nevering. But yeah, we stay. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Hush the Podcast. It's your girl Kayla, and we are back with another episode. I hope y'all have been enjoying me. I'm looking good in the new set, y'all. We got another solo episode today. So before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all, we got a juicy topic for today. But before we get started, y'all, I'm dropping shit. But before we get started, y'all, we do have a game / segment to start with. If you have been watching the previous episode or this new episode, y'all know we got games now, we got a new set now, we got a new segment now. So today we are going to be doing tweet or delete, but by myself. So Twitter delete, as you guys know, we're going to be reading a couple tweets or X's. I don't like saying X though, but we are going to be reading like a couple of tweets that I agree with. If I agree with them, we're going to tweet them. If I don't agree with them, we're going to delete them. So y'all ready for the first one? So the first tweet is a picture of Megan Thee Stallion and her new man or whatever. And y'all know Megan Thee Stallion is a taller woman. She's a beautiful lady. And her man's a tall man too. They both tall. So somebody commented under the post and says, "This is it. Tall women go with tall men." So this lady named Nunu at Little Chipotle commented and said, "You're not wrong, but as a short woman, I'm not dating no angry short man." And I agree though. Like, y'all, I am 5'1". Like, I'm really tiny. Like, if you ever see me in real life, I'm real tiny. I'm real angry. I'm real tiny. And I don't like short niggas. But we're going to keep going. So Maya the Dunn came back and said, "As a short woman, get over it." And Nunu said, "As a short woman, it's enough. 6'6" athletes to go around for everyone. Thank you. Carry on." Maya the Dunn said, "I wonder what you think is short because I'm 5'1", and there's no significant difference with me and a man who's 5'10". Anyone 5'5" and under can do just fine with anyone 6 foot. Why the hell is anyone 6'6" anywhere with..." Hold on, y'all. My speech impediment. Anyone 5'5" and under can do just fine with anyone 6 foot. Why the hell is 6'6" anywhere near your threshold? Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. It's not about what I think. It's short men about my preference. I'm 5'4" and I like my man 6 feet and taller. I date athletes and they range from 6'3" to 6'6". My thing is, y'all, why the fuck is what anybody do or how anybody date is anybody's business? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that make me so mad, like how women be trying to divide shit. Thick bitches and skinny niggas, fat niggas and fat bitches. Like, y'all, anybody, if you want to date somebody, date who the fuck you want to date. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to give me no short, angry ass nigga that wear no bob. I like to be a tall, big bitch, all that fat nigga, all that healthy. I love me a big nigga. Like, I hate, like, when people be trying to divide shit and trying to tell somebody what they don't deserve. People deserve what they like. Some tall men like short women. Some tall men like tall, some tall men like tall women. I feel like it's really rude of people to be telling people, like, what kind of, like, their preference should be. So, Twitter delete, we're going to delete that one because that kind of pissed me off because I like me a tall, big ass guy. I can't wait to ask my son who this ugly girl on my couch is. And this comes from at KAAFIBOREDDDD. Y'all, this is a really dense tweet to me. Like, this just reminds me of those women who be in love with their sons. And I feel like it's really weird to me. Like, if your son is dating someone and you're a mom, like, your son's type shouldn't be you. Why are you telling your son, like, who the fuck is this ugly ass girl on the couch? Now, I don't know how she's saying it, but, like, I feel like this weird as fuck. Like, no shade. Like, not only that, y'all, like, if he's a child and the girl is a child, why are you talking about a child like that? Like, you must want to fuck your son. So, Twitter delete, that's a delete. Let's see what other tweets I got. Oh, that's all I got, y'all. Because I'm by myself, y'all, and we kind of got to speed this thing along. So, today's topic, y'all, we're going to be getting into the tea, okay? Oh wait, y'all, I do got another tweet. Okay, my man is in jail and I'm not talking to another nigga. Bitch, he probably in jail and they're talking to another nigga. So what you saying? Honestly, y'all, and I'm not here to judge anybody who's holding anybody in jail. But if y'all nigga is in jail and like you're listening to what y'all jail nigga is saying, you a weird ass bitch. Cause I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Let me tell y'all one time I was fucking with a nigga that was in jail. And like they just be too jail for me. Like every time you turn around, them niggas bleaching everything. They don't want to sit on the toilet to take a shit. Like girl, like one time I was dealing with this jail nigga, y'all, and he was folding everything up in my house. Like bitch, this nigga folded my fucking comforter. Like I went to the bathroom to like go pee pee real quick, y'all. My comforter was folded up. He was like, yeah, you had creases in your shit. I guess that's because like, you know, when you in jail, like you have certain checks and shit. But like nigga, why is you telling me that I gotta bleach all my whites and stuff? Which I do, but like he was on some real jail shit. Like I would never forget, like my alarm started ringing. This nigga hopped up. Like nigga, nobody is like about to like take your tablet away. So like if you a bitch and you fucking with a nigga that's in jail, just let that nigga go. Because like, and I'm not saying like it's nothing wrong with it. Please don't get mad, please don't cancel me. But like what I'm saying is like jail is for jail. Like, you know, if you want to play warden in jail for the rest of your life, that's you. But me personally, like no nigga in jail will be able to call me and say, bitch, you outside, go home. Like, nigga, you're not even allowed to be outside. And even my niggas that's not in jail, they can't tell me what to do. So like, yeah. Twitter delete, bitch, that's a delete. But y'all, that's it for Twitter delete. And let's get into the topic. So y'all, for the past few weeks, like, I've kind of been like following something. And we're gonna be talking about abortion. Like, one of my mentors had like made a post and he was talking about like, should men like be responsible for child support or taking care of a child that they wanted to abort? And honestly, here's my take. Okay, let's change the question around. If a man offers you money for an abortion and you don't get the abortion, like, what should be the man's responsibilities? And this is a tricky subject because me personally, I'm the type of person like, shit, we here now. The baby is here now, so you just not gonna fuck with the baby because the baby is here. Now, these are not my points of views because I've never had kids before. Me personally, if I was dealing with someone and they asked me to have an abortion with the state and the point that I'm at in my life right now, I was gonna do that anyway because that's just how I am. Of course, she was gonna pay for it, but when it comes to like a guy giving you money for abortion and he asks you to abort a baby, I do feel as though when men tell you things, you should listen to what they say because men are very like selfish creatures. If they tell you they're not gonna do something or they tell you they're not fucking with you, they mean that. If they tell you they're not gonna take care of a baby, like they mean that. Now, if the baby is here and you know when it comes to them like taking care of the baby, I do feel as though like shit, the baby is here, like speak to the baby and stuff like that. But also we have to think about like the relationship that the mother and the father had before the baby get here. A lot of times in these situations, you know, people are just like having sex. There's no like relations involved. You know, the male might have another female involved. And I feel like a woman keeping a baby, you know, when he asks you to abort the baby. Now, what I will say is I stand for like women empowerment. I stand for women, you know, taking control of their bodies and stuff like that. But see, women, we don't like to listen. And like I would say like one of the situations that I kind of think is crazy is Rod Wave and like one of his baby mamas, Zaria. Like, you know, now here's the thing with that situation. I think she asked him for $35K and he gave her $5,000. But Zaria already had money though because she was a hairstylist. And you know, basically they were on Twitter the other day arguing about like how, because you know Rod Wave had just did a podcast with y'all with me. And basically they were talking about how like, you know, Rod Wave only claims his twin daughters. But what I will say is, just to be on Zaria's side just a little bit, you know, he did ask her to abort the baby. For one, Rod Wave cheated on his girlfriend. Okay, let's start there. For two, he did ask her to abort the baby because they weren't in a relationship, you know, based on whatever situational status that they did have. But for two, y'all never know how niggas be playing both sides. Especially with that baby mama and that baby daddy shit. These niggas be so fucking messy. And she had went on Twitter and said something to the fact that Rod Wave be claiming her baby to her, but don't be claiming her in the public. And as a mother, even though I'm not a mother, I've just seen it too many times. Like, my mom owns a daycare. I've seen it too many times where men have certain children that treat them a certain way, and then have another child they treat them a certain way. So that can be hurtful to a mother. But another aspect you can't be looking at, he's a rapper. You know, she could have been looking for a way out. You know, she possibly could have been looking for a relationship. And, you know, it is hurtful for the child. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Zaria isn't a victim, but the ultimate victim here is the child. So, you know, I would say if a man asks you to get an abortion, definitely a conversation just needs to be had other than just like a cash out being sent, because abortion is just not something that you could just like go get. Like, it's a whole procedure. You gotta take off work, you know, you need a hotel. And especially with the type of president that we got, y'all, like, abortion is not like even legal no more. And I feel like, you know, honestly though, like, Rod Wave's situation is like so fucking tricky. How much time I gotta say?
5 minutes.
His situation is so tricky because, like, I feel like his baby mamas are like kind of like pick-me's. Like, for example, like, I know one of his baby mamas, like, she always be posting his music or like be saying little snippets and shit from his song. Like, what's the point of it? You know? And I'm not gonna lie though, if Rod Wave was my baby dad, bitch, are you long way? Like, that nigga is hard as fuck. But I feel like the whole situation is just unfortunate. Like, for everyone, you know, he has a girlfriend, he has his daughters, he has his baby mamas and stuff like that. But honestly though, y'all, I don't know, like, just to be in a situation like that, I wouldn't necessarily want to bring a child in this world in an unhealthy environment. So that's why I would just go ahead and get the shit. But you do have women who don't know, like, the status of their bodies and stuff. Like, an abortion can ruin your body for other children. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that might be a reason why she didn't want to get the abortion. But honestly though, like, I just feel like, she asked him for $35K. He gave her $5,000. I would have wanted the rest of my money too. But honestly, know how I would have handled the situation though. I don't know, y'all. I would have never fumbled Rod Wave. Like, I would have made sure I had to do whatever I needed to do to get his fat ass, because y'all, he be popping it for his bitch. But what I will say is, like, I feel like the role that she was playing was like kind of like a side hoe, kind of like the side chick. Because sometimes you just gotta play your role. And I feel like if she wanted money from the situation, she should have just played her role. And I feel like she didn't do that. So she got fucked at the end of the day. But what I will say is though, the baby is really cute and the girl is really pretty. Like, I've never been a hater, but that girl is beautiful. But honestly though, I would have just got the abortion, because having kids is hard and ain't nobody got time for that shit. But y'all, it's time for my favorite segment of the day, which is Call Kayla. Okay, so let's get into it, because it looks like we have time for 2 Call Kayla segments today. And y'all, stop making y'all Call Kayla segments so fucking long. Like, just text me, because bitch, we ain't got time to do all that. Okay, y'all, let's get into it. I can't stop going through my boyfriend's phone. It bothers me that he's always telling his homeboys our business. It's so effing annoying. He constantly makes me look like the nagging one, but then he gets mad at me for acting funny around his friends. I know what they're saying about me, and one of them even called me a bitch. That's what the crazy part is. He never said anything to defend me either, right? That's crazy. How would you handle this situation? I feel like I can't ever tell him how I feel about this, because he doesn't know that I went through his phone. He's been telling his friends about our sex life, and he even shared a video of us being intimate. Oh, he's showing out. And one of them even told me he could have bagged a better bitch. It's so heartbreaking, and I don't know what to say. What would you do in this situation? Here's the thing, though. I think I've only been through like 2 phones in my whole life, and I never really even found anything bad other than just like nigga shit. But honestly, like, it just goes to show, like, you never know, like, who you're dating. You know what I'm saying? And it is heartbreaking to hear that your boyfriend is sharing like intimate videos or, you know, secretive things that y'all have done together. But like, honestly though, I would say something, because it's clear that like he don't respect you. And I feel like just be honest with him. Like, let him know like what's truly going on. Yeah, like the intimacy part is so crazy to me. I'm actually at a loss for words. And honestly, though, you keep saying you had said something like, your homeboys, are acting like you nagging or something like. Stop trying to be cool with his homeboys. His homeboys are not your homeboys. The next time they try to talk to him and his homeboys, they're gonna try to put him on that girl. Stop trying to be cool with your nigga homeboys. That ain't got nothing to do with you. A lot of times, why bitches and that niggas and stuff like that, they be going through different things is because bitches be trying to be too cute. Bitch, y'all be cute. Them niggas ain't your friend. That's your nigga and them is his friends. And honestly, I would tell him, I know what the fuck you be doing. I would say, a little birdie told me across the street, and you need to fucking stop. And me personally, I would leave my nigga if he was ever sharing anything intimate that we ever did with one another. Because honestly, y'all, that shit's so freaking disrespectful. Like, I think it's like, he don't even want you to be his bitch. I feel like a guy who respects you and treats you right, he would never put you through a situation like that. We gotta start understanding, like, a nigga would never. Well, every time you start thinking a nigga would never, they start nevering. But that's not my point. My point is, you're saying something and you're not saying nothing, and then honestly, like, you trying to be the cool bitch. The cool bitch never wins. The street bitch always wins. So that's just my advice to you. I thought we had time for 2 call Kayla today, but we only have time for 1. So you guys, that is it for this episode. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys like this topic. Also, y'all, sometimes I be having like creators blog, so make sure you guys put topics in the description. Wait, not the description box, the comment box. Topics that y'all want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing about no relationships, no 50-50, not too much about sex. This ain't no freaky ass podcast, okay? I don't mind, talking about dick and popping that pussy every now and then, but y'all, this is not no freaky ass podcast. I had asked my Instagram story the other night what they was talking about, and they was like they want to see some swings and shit. Bitch, if you want to see some swings, take your ass to the playground. This is not that, okay? This is Hush the Podcast, and we're gonna be having great topics, great guests. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and whatever y'all got going on, homecoming, happy birthday, whatever it is, I hope y'all have a great day, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow me, follow us on all platforms, and thank y'all for watching.